I know typically that I don't really cover documents on my channel, mostly because I'm not the first one to ever get there, because I just don't follow dramas enough, so there's no point, because I don't want to parrot what other people already say. However, earlier today, or I guess it was a couple days ago rather, I was DM'd a document on Discord concerning the developers of the disaster Eclipsed. Now, if you don't know, I actually do have a history with the disaster Eclipsed, quite a bit of history actually. Warning, I do not actually hate the developers of the disaster Eclipsed, nor do I wish them any peril, harassment, anything of the sort. Everything is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, etc., etc., okay? Now, according to the owner, or maker of the document rather, this isn't exactly an expose document, but it is more made to show like how terrible behavior behind the scenes in the game, and just also to make people aware of things that aren't known or and are more hidden. Read the document fully before stating anything. Right. Part 1. Melon. On November 26th, an announcement was put up regarding Melon's response to all his tweets. If you don't know, Melon was exposed, I guess, for as you can see in the document's title. It was a pretty bad response, and it was for pretty bad stuff. And they were on the disaster Eclipsed team. I actually will not cover this document, but if you want to read it, I will just put it in the description, I guess. I don't know. Following this, on January 21st, Melon would be removed due to recent events on Twitter. Nothing would be heard from Melon since. However, a few months ago, it was revealed that Melon was rehired so his previously made songs could be kept in the game, as well as making more songs without anyone knowing. Additionally, the announcement above would be deleted. And of course, if I were to go to the Disaster Eclipsed server, I can show that. As you can see, there's nothing. There's nothing here. This was taken out and deleted. For the last two screenshots shown, Melon was known as Sans the Skeleton in 2015. Mel in this image is Melon, and one of the users inside their DMs has been censored for their privacy and safety. Also, slurs got censored too, because we don't like slurs, we don't like saying them. Alright, so they desperately need me on Eclipsed, and that they'll pay me. So that shows that these people really don't care about that drama stuff, which I think is bad, because he's just kinda lying to people. Like, he just doesn't fuck with me. Papa Bear is who I'm referring to. Yeah, he backpedaled hard. He don't care about you, yeah. You already knew? Yeah, I left around that time. Forgot to show this. I know you don't care about that Eclipse slot, but I just made it for the new update that they're doing. So just tell me how the music is. Super Mecha Hitler. Super Mecha Hitler of TD. I don't know. I would, but he would be out of place. Yo, I'm fixing to slime this person out if he keeps playing with me, calling me so. Taking all my music out of the game is looking pretty good right now. Yo, 1.4 update releases today. I gotta play it early, it's kinda bad. They got skins in, and apparently Amy got overhauled. I really didn't play her though. They said it took my time on the music overhaul, so I'm just low-key not gonna work on it, because I gotta work on my FNAS project. I don't know what FNAS is. But, just know I'm always available unless I'm at work or forced to slave on Eclipsed. These people got me on an alt though, stay with re-execution. I work on both secretly, which is interesting. I don't care about that drama stuff now. Yet I don't have anything else to look forward to. I've tried showing my art, I've tried showing my music. I don't like working for Eclipsed. It better be this, bro. I deserve way more respect no matter if I am considered... Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna spend time and effort and resources just for you to rug pull everything you've made. You might as well listen, because I've been nice as I can be, because going through hell is nothing compared to quite literally being accused of that word. So I suggest you stay humble, considering I did all the music of that game. Where are you going to find someone who does that with actual quality? Most TD remakes have crap music, so I'm asking for a little more respect. So basically what's saying is that Mel, who was removed from the team for being a very controversial figure, was rehired and in cahoots with this. This doesn't give us a date, and I can't 100% confirm if this is the Melon, but if the alleged allegations are true, then Melon is still working on the team. That could be kind of weird and kind of awful, but don't know for certain, so I'm just going to put this on the alleged category because I can't prove it. Part 2, management behind the scenes and in general. This is going to be a pretty large selection, this is going to be a pretty large section, so be aware of that. The Disaster Eclipse has recently removed age requirements from applications, and now they have minors on the team, some being too young and possibly endangered or exposed to things they wouldn't be seeing at their age. Now, this is obviously kind of weird, but not that bad. I know a lot of people do have, like, moderators who are 15 or 16 on their servers, and while that is strange, it's not bad. People under 16 I wouldn't hire, but people over 16 I don't see the problem with it. Guardian, which are administration applications, have this, surprisingly, so why not Disciple, which are server moderators as well. Basically, Disciples do not have the 18 plus requirement, while Guardians do. Context. Back when I was a 2,000 subscriber channel, I had applied to be a content creator for the Disaster Eclipse, and they said no, which I was fine with, right? I guess the video wasn't exactly the most positive thing in the world, but it does show favoritism over people, because other content creators also did the same thing, and they also here show that they took out another content creator and fired Xylo for doing the same thing. So they suppress criticism. For context, this is about me, where he made a video criticizing the Disaster Eclipse. Someone named Pilot then talked to Bear in private, and Bear twisted the whole video as a sort of slander material for others to use. I'm going to zoom in on the editing right here so that you can read it better, because I can barely read this, but yeah, let me just promote lies and slanders and lies. That'll work. For the record, he had to record my section because of how pissed off I am at this community. Most people were on his side, even a server mod was there. This game doesn't deserve as much hate as it's supposed to, so we're supposed to get hate on. W unbiased. Okay, so actually right here is where I misspoke a little, where I said this game doesn't deserve the hate that it gets, but because my videos, I misspeak and stutter constantly, that was just kind of the best take that I got, and I just left it in the video. I guess that could be misconstrued, however, that's kind of my bad, but I didn't mean that I wanted TDE to get hate. I misspoke. My bad. This game doesn't deserve as much hate as it's supposed to. I like that. We were nervous. I don't like how you treat you community members. You think I wake up in the morning thinking, man, we're really not getting as much hate as we're supposed to. Not even your code, but okay. Most of the TD Reborn code is gone. We just don't announce this because what's the point? It served as a base and that's it. Every time we have to interact with it, we sigh. You're ignoring my point and people are agreeing with it. You and your team or whatever, I wish you guys the best. If I did misspoke in the video, I want to apologize, but there are points that I would like to have addressed. And yet, whenever you and the devs are asked about your game's things, you always just brush it off. We never get a chance to, is just if the game doesn't die. Not one bit was constructive. Whatever you say, I won't change your mind. He is a great guy. He did what you asked, he checks all the marks. I still get to give it out. Any publicity is good publicity, and I don't give it out to assholes. Right. He was way nicer than what he said to me. Yeah, let me just help promote slander and lies. That'll work. For the record, we had to record my section. Right. I'm gonna publicly call you out on what you said. And yet I'm gonna publicly call you out on what you said, and yet the others have? I don't know who Bunny the Hut is. Please, this is just pure favoritism. Just because people don't like something doesn't mean you have to push it away. Address the issues. He said he wanted the game to succeed. He wanted you guys to thrive. W saying I want the game to succeed proceeds to shit on it and slander in all manners possible. It was constructive criticism. Not one bit was constructive. And this is actually the beginning of it. Hang on, let me there we go. So starts that and he had made a TDE Eclipse video so he can get the role. Okay, bye. Ignorant guy. Low-key pissed me off. Could have at any point asked anybody to confirm and yet didn't. Xylo is getting his shit removed, low-key. So this proves that he does have bias against people who make criticism on the game, including me, Xylo, and other people who do so. Again, not that bad. I know this is a lot more of a big section, but that's just because there's so much dialogue to go through. It's not that bad. And this is the miscellaneous stuff. This will contain anything that didn't previously fit in other sections or something only some people personally said. Or when they despise stuff about TDE, subjective stuff, basically. Slander of past members and general toxicity. They weren't a great member, but still. Alright. For context, this is about Geometry, a person who vandalized the wiki after being hired. Astral asked if the person would target them, and Brer said he would turn a blind eye, effectively encouraging breaking the rules and allowing it directly. False copyright. Okay, so this is the big one that I did want to talk about, was false copyright, right? Because this is something that is actually illegal, right? If you don't know, on the YouTube system, copyright is a thing that you can use to take down someone's video, right? However, because of how YouTube systems work, if you file a copyright claim against a video, that video automatically gets taken down. Because YouTube has so many videos it has to moderate to avoid lawsuits, it kind of has to. To prevent this, you can file something called a counterclaim, where you send your personal information to the person who filed the copyright claim so that if things don't work out, you can go to court over it. And that's essentially the gist of it, right? So, Astravale, an ex-musician for the Disaster Eclipsed, was initially fired for the use of AI to make the songs. This part I do not believe is true, because AI is a very weird tool when it comes to music, and Astravale, when they made their music, had things like weird time signatures. Like, there was a song made in like 6/8, and there was instruments that aren't typically considered Western instruments, which, if you don't know, AI doesn't really like, right? It doesn't really typically make songs out of the 4/4 time signature or without Western instruments, because the Western instruments are just generally the most common ones in music. And Astravale did both, so the chances of it being AI are very slim. If you want a full breakdown, I'll link a video in the description. It's pretty good. Nothing was heard from Astravale later. However, a few days later, all of his TD Eclipse related songs got copyright struck. Right, so basically this means that whoever was on the staff who didn't like the songs copyrighted it. Now, Astravale specifically said it was Lord Bear who said it in the screenshot. They specifically say that it was Lord Bear who copyright struck it, which, you know, would be illegal, because if you copyright something that you didn't make, even if it's for your game, right? Even if it's for your game and was for your game but is no longer in that game, you still do not have the right to copyright claim it unless there was a contract before that said that this piece of media can only be used in that game. But I doubt there was a contract saying that, so taking out and copywriting the videos would be illegal if it was Lord Bear. I don't know who did it. They say it's Lord Bear, but that's not me. That's neither here nor there. And of course, you wholeheartedly believe that Bear can change his management for the better, but he keeps going back to his old ways, allowing staff to break rules and generally having a toxic space and such. This document is short, but it was made to bring awareness into the Disaster Eclipse space in general. Also, please don't harass anyone mentioned. So my final thoughts are, this document is mostly a nothing burger. However, there are some really good glimmers in here, such as the false copyright. If this is true, and there was an actual copyright strike against Astravale for songs that they made, then that would be really, really bad. If you don't know, people like the Manny Show have gotten canceled over things like that, because it's just it's not something that you do, right? It's taking freedom of speech, expression, all that, over something that you don't like. Anyway, that's the Disaster Eclipse document. I will say that, again, a lot of this is a nothing burger, but some of it is actively bad, very bad. The Disaster Eclipse devs do not deserve to have their game cancelled or anything like that, but I do believe that they really do need to get their crap together, because from what I see in this document, it's not the greatest. It's not the worst I've ever seen, but it's not great, right? Most of it's a nothing burger, but some of it is really bad and actually has merit. Again, if this was Lord Bear that did this. I don't know how to make a conclusion for this video, so I'm just gonna go bye-bye, I guess.